Please, Jonathan, come in. Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea, but my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
It may seem strange, but your words have brought me some comfort here.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
I'm not some doe-eyed student, Edgar. I understand we both have something to gain from this relationship.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in. Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
How would you describe the situation at the Pembroke Hospital?
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff and patients. We are running out of everything.
Nurse Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last forever. Even the Black Plague didn't kill everyone.
I wish I could believe you. But what if this epidemic was worse? What if in the end, nobody was spared?
You must get a hold of yourself, Nurse.
Sorry, I'm exhausted. No one has any idea when this epidemic will be over.
How long have you been a nurse?
Well, long enough to see that the epidemic is winning. And no matter how qualified you are, don't tell me you'll change that.
You're right. When dealing with such a terrible disease, one must remain humble. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't try our best.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't want to sound bitter, but I'm just too tired to give a pep talk like Nurse Brannigan.
How is the Pembroke staff coping with the epidemic?
Well, not well. Milton, the ambulance driver, is even more grumpy than usual, especially concerning doctors.
Why is Milton grumpy on a daily basis? Is it just an act?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation, whether he deserved it or not.
Why does Milton dislike doctors?
I don't know. Just ask him. But be warned, Milton is not the chatty type.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Time has lost its effect on me, but the suffering...
Good evening, Miss Howcroft. How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
Have you heard of any blackmailing going on within these walls?
I have no time for mortal get...
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
I wonder what your last...
Good evening, Miss
I
Howcroft.
need blood.
Do you require my services, Miss Howcroft?
I have no need for your medicine, Dr. Reed. Blood is the only drug I need.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Time has lost its effect on me, but the suffering continues.
Good evening, Miss.
Evening.
Have you heard rumor?
If you...
Soldier, do you need assistance?
I'm fine.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Damn.
I wonder what your
The
last
pain.
thoughts would be, sir.
It's here again. Hello again, Dr. Reed.
How do you feel?
I feel...
You're in good...
Thank you.
What do you...
I'm...
Why?
That's it.
Are you...
Not it.
Have you made...
Not you. You're preaching.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton.
You always knew the words to calm the children, Helen. As for me, what a blunder.
Good evening, Doctor.
Dr. Reed,
Have you heard... Corcoran, I want you to tell me about Mr. Connor. How did he die? What happened?
He was my patient. He died because of my mistake. That's the blunt truth.
What was the nature of the mistake?
It was a twofold error. My diagnosis was wrong, and the administered dosage was too strong.
Who was this patient?
I don't know. Some sick man from the docks, maybe a fisherman. I had no time to talk with him. No one claimed a body.
Why not stop practicing?
Are you mad? I killed that man, I admit it, and it won't happen again. I have saved so many lives since then.
Do you need any medical assistance yourself, Doctor?
Come on, don't be ridiculous, dear colleague.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
We must prove what we are capable of.
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doc.
Tell me what Dr. Tippett did. I know his mistake caused a patient's death.
If I had not covered up his error,
You can't allow...
look around.
Perhaps you did it with the best intentions, Nurse Brannigan, but you took a great risk. Must I remind you that a man died?
You mean you've never made a mistake? Never covered your tracks? Come on, Doctor. I wasn't born yesterday.
Why does Dr. Tippett claim you're the main reason he keeps working, despite his fatigue?
If it wasn't for him, I probably would have left the Pembroke years ago.
Dr. Tippett does not think of you as just a nurse anymore, does he?
If you're suggesting he's not taking my gender into consideration when it comes to medical practice and knowledge, I really hope he doesn't.
I've decided that I won't reveal Dr. Tippett's, shall we say, misdemeanor.
I'm so glad you share my point of view. Dr. Tippett is a brilliant practitioner. We most definitely need his know-how.
I hope you're right. This is a huge risk we're taking.
Dr. Tippett must regain his confidence. Please, keep this decision between you and me. He doesn't need to know you found out.
Do you require medical...
Thank you for your...
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance. Good evening, Nurse Brown.
Good evening.
Goodbye, nurse.
Hey, Doc.
Have you heard?
Blackman.
You're lucky to be alive.
Of course.
I'll leave you. Good evening, Dr. Tippett.
Dr.
Goodbye, Dr. Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doc.
Have you heard...
There are a...
What kind?
I'm not in the...
I have some good news, Milton.
What? The epidemic's over?
I retrieved your wallet. With all the money, and a certain picture.
Well, yeah, Pippa Hawkins is my girl. So what? Is it the difference of skin color that bothers you?
Not at all, Milton.
Good. Please, take this money anyway. To remind you to keep your mouth shut. Not everybody is as broad-minded as you, Dr. Reed.
What's going on between...
Pippa's tongue.
During the war, I witnessed a few couples, just like you, come together in difficult circumstances. It can be very damaging.
Maybe you...
You do realize...
Come on.
Do you need any medical...
I'm fine, Doc.
Goodbye, Milton. Good evening, nurse.
Good evening.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins. Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good...
Have you heard, Your Honor? Tell me more about your willingness to experiment.
Harvey...
What is it?
Fair question.
Tell me, Mr.
Our first...
But why would...
Because he is...
This person...
I agree.
Do you think...
All I know...
Do you need my...
You don't have to worry about...
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland. Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Any news about my operation?
Have you heard?
No.
Tell me about your injury.
My wife.
You can't...
Of course.
How could your...
I was working...
Tell me more about the death of...
19...
What happened?
The Germans...
How are your children after losing their mother?
They were smaller than...
I'm sorry for...
I would like... I will...
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Any news about my operation?
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
I will not let you down, my boy. How can we be sure we're making a difference?
I cannot enter.
My sweet girl.
Is this supposed to be an hospital? A pigsty would smell better.
Please, sir. I need help bad.
What's going on?
I'm Blight, sir. Newton Blight. I've lost my mate. Can't find him anywhere.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed from the Pembroke Hospital.
Oswald,
How long?
I can't...
Don't be ashamed, Mr. What can you...
I'm Os...
This is a...
We will...
What can you...
It's not...
Where...
He went...
I have all the information.
Thank you, Doc.
Hey, Doc.
I'll leave you for now, Mr. Cox.
Perhaps I should have considered the offer from that cat.
The flu took my dear wife, Emily. I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. It's a pleasure to see you again. You seem surprised.
You're a vamp.
Indeed.
Apologies. You've taken me by surprise. I'm very happy to see you.
The pleasure is mine, Doctor.
I hope you're more disposed to answer my questions now.
You must have countless questions, but our rather urgent matter first. Swansea has explained. My cover, if you prefer, has been compromised.
Pardon my
As a new...
I'm a scientist.
I will glad...
Have any of the
These...
The world would be...
You make me...
Dr. Swansea has commissioned me to be your agent in this matter.
These past...
Who would be...
Even if...
If we're dealing...
As a more...
What are your expectations?
As the...
Please continue.
My embarrassment in this...
I'll take care of it. Do you know where I should start?
If that was...
I'll meet that...
My life...
The pain. It's here again.
What? What? What is this? Who are you? Get out of my room.
There's no need for alarm, madam. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon.
Preposterous. Dr. Reed, you say? I don't want some bumbling intern. Where's Dr. Swansea?
Dr. Swansea is quite busy, and I need you to help me get acclimated. I have many questions.
How brave. Threatening an old defenseless woman. You know how long I've been a patient here. You've picked the wrong fight. I'm Harriet Jones.
Harriet Jones? Indeed. I've been meaning to have a chat with you. You know what goes on here better than any other...
Oh, better.
I heard.
Blackmail?
You seem to...
That's...
If I didn't know...
God's up.
I assure you...
Debauch.
Really.
This is your...
Thank you for your... Miss Jones. Now...
Well...
Have you noticed...
It would...
Come then. Everyone here...
Thief!
If you could...
It's terrible.
I see.
No one...
I'll come and visit you shortly. Good night, Miss Jones. The patients and staff might know something. I'll start my investigation with them.
Reads me like a book.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
Have you heard?
No.
I have to go now.
Good evening, Doctor.
Have you...
Doctor...
Of course.
Well, go be...
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Don't waste your time with me.
You don't mind if I search your pockets, do you, sir? You won't need any of these anyway. I'm not stealing from you, mister. I'm only redistributing your...
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening.
What can you...
Let me...
She could...
That old...
No matter...
Who said...
What can you...
Let me...
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Daily routine.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Have you seen...
I've never heard...
Goodbye, Nurse.
This isn't even my neighborhood. Don't worry, we're safe.
You're sure you don't come back with me?
Nah, I have to see someone at the hospital.
Be careful. You look so bad they may keep you as a patient.
Fuck 'em. I don't like hospitals or doctors.
Well then, when you go back to Whitechapel, you may find this useful.
What is it?
This man has been savagely attacked and dragged to the floor. What sort of creature is this? Here's what's left of him. Not a lot to check, but... some voucher for a free checkup in Whitechapel. What is Nurse Crane up to? I really must find her. Are you injured, sir?
Help me get out of here. I need to get out.
I'm Dr.
Okay.
Mr. That.
Yes.
Good.
I said stay away, sir!
Die, vermin! I'll kill it! Bloody monster! Send you back to the bloody grind! Want some of this?
civilians allowed. I'll send you back in the fucking
It's locked.
You're mine! More and more of these bloody leeches every night. Aye. But the god grew more and more every year.
This is no
It's one of them!
Whitechapel. This neighborhood is linked somehow to the kind Lady Ashbury's blackmail. First, let's find this. Trescu fellow.
Fuck you all! Fuck it all! Stop it now, Albert, stop it!
I won't end up another drunk arsehole littering the streets. Not me.
Are you all right?
The bastard hit the wall next to me. I don't even know if he meant to miss.
If you've been hurt, I can help you. I'm a doctor.
Name's Albert. Remember it. Now bugger off.
What happened? Did you really steal that man's medication?
Hey, I didn't do anything. It ain't me.
Yes, you did. And it was cowardly and inexcusable.
Sod off, mister. You ain't got no clue what's going on here. Bastard was a soldier in the war, so now he's got the right to shoot me.
It's true. I'm not familiar with this part of town. Perhaps you could help me.
I said sod off. Go find yourself another guide.
Do you need assistance?
Please. Feeling tired these days.
There you go. Let's hope nobody steals it from you.
Very funny.
Do you know
Never heard of her.
I found the recruiter.
I knew it! I told you I was tough enough. I'll be free soon.
This note was found on a dead man, Albert. If that doesn't change your mind, then you must be ready to face the risks.
You're all fancy words, none of which concern me. Go worry about someone else. I'm fine and I have a future here.
Goodbye, young man.
I won't end up another drunk arsehole littering the streets.
Wasted your
Not
life
me.
away.
What? Shooting a boy in the middle of the street. Not the best thing to do, wouldn't you say?
What? You saw what happened? Who are you?
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd like to ask you a few questions, if you promise me to set your gun aside.
No. Look, I'm not a violent man. I'm Benjamin Palmer, doctor. And no one can help me. Not even you.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? Have you heard anything?
It's funny, I've been searching for her too.
Really?
Word is...
Whatever...
I swear...
What is it, Benjamin?
The doctor...
It's a pity.
Now
A gun, alcohol, and a bad temper make a terrible cocktail, sir. Goodbye for now. Good evening, miss.
Good evening, sir. Are you interested in a miraculous cure for this unknown and deadly epidemic?
Actually, I am.
Then you have come to the right place. The famous Swanborough cordial is all you need to help keep you in perfect health.
Oh.
Ah.
Do you...
I don't...
Competition?
Never met her.
Tell me,
The region...
is there any...
Category.
What do you think?
Most...
You look ill, Miss Swan.
I'm
Goodbye, Miss Swanborough. Perhaps we'll talk...
The Swanborough cordial can be the answer to all your problems.
What do you want?
Good evening, sir.
There is no...
I'm afraid...
Really?
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to. I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned.
Cheap price, good quality. Come on, take a look.
Welcome,
Don't be
sir.
afraid. Please.
I am
Doctor.
Have you...
No.
Yes.
Dorothy,
That does...
your precious.
Goodbye for now.
I should never have taken up my father's business.
Excuse me, sir. I have a few questions for you.
Another journalist? I didn't answer the first one, so piss off!
I'm not a journalist, I'm a doctor.
A doctor, you say? It's quite a rare breed in this part of town.
Really? But still, here I am. Dr. Jonathan Reed, at your service.
I'm Joe Peterson to some, but Colossus Joe to most. And I don't remember asking for your service, sir.
Have you heard of a nurse named Dorothy Crane? She's a colleague of mine, and is supposed to live around here.
Dorothy Crane? Yeah, I know her. One of the few good souls who dare to help the sick around here.
Could you please tell me more about her?
She's a nice girl. Tries to help the migrants. I offered to give her a hand, but she said my reputation would attract too much attention.
According to you, physicians are scarce in this part of town. Why is that?
Not familiar with this neighborhood, are you? I guess your fancy colleagues are too afraid of being stabbed in the back.
This part of town does have quite a reputation. Would you say it's justified?
Totally. Look at me, for instance. I always look my opponent in the eye before knocking him out.
May I ask what you do around here?
I do whatever I want, and sometimes even more. Now sod off.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
Excuse me.
Sorry.
Dr. Reed.
What is it?
Ego.
So you...
White.
That's quite...
Not a...
Why are...
There's a...
I said...
Sir.
Have you...
I've had...
I'm... Really? I had...
Not...
I'm a doctor.
Are you...
Without it...
I don't know.
He had...
No.
Where can...
He spent...
He never...
No.
Really?
He went...
Goodbye, Mr. Dart. Forgive my interruption. I am sorry. Do you? I don't. So you're not done. Why do you before? What all quite a you? What would it be?
Don't be.
I'm not looking.
All right then.
Do I use
Dorothy?
Chris?
I don't.
Can
If it. And you.
Clay?
I.
What?
How?
I've. I always.
You know.
Goodbye, miss. Take care of yourself as best you can. The content of Darius' letter to his children could give me more leverage to enter. Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed. I'd like to... I know what you're thinking. I know you want... Very well. Goodbye. I cannot enter.
Against malevolence and trickery.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed.
Please be my...
Really?
I'm a poet.
Are you... But... I am...
Well...
What are your...
What do you remember?
Yes.
Most...
May I ask... If...
Thank you. But oh...
May I ask... What can you doubt? Not
Darius.
I'm looking on.
On that, what? Not much.
Perhaps you're just afraid to find out.
One day.
And have you? In what? What? If such.
Oh yes.
I'll leave you alone. Darius is a bit less of a mystery now. It should not be that difficult to incite him to let me in. Hello again. Tell me about... Very well.
Cheap price, good quality. Come on, take a look. Don't be afraid.
Mr. Petrescu.
You again?
Sir, don't you...
I'm not...
Yes, you...
I have to... If you want to talk to Dorothea, you...
We've not been...
I am.
So Dorothy, like, she seemed...
More.
Do you have... Don't be embarrassed.
It's...
This war...
No.
I know you, but remain...
But it's not...
How did you meet Nurse Crane, Darius? You mean...
Really?
Goodbye, Mr. Petrescu.
Yes?
Do you need some help, Mr. Petrescu?
I am very tough.
Well, I...
Free.
Goodbye, Mr. Petrescu.
I need help!
What do we have here, nurse?
Patient Razvan Vasily. High fever running on 3 days. Complaints of dizziness, muscle aches, and head pain. Diagnosed with influenza.
Treatment?
Aspirin and salicin for the fever and discomfort. Liquids for dehydration, but he's having trouble keeping even water down.
Aspirin and salicin, you say? Why not some warm milk and a kiss on the cheek? Where are the quinine salts?
Tried buying, borrowing, even stealing. There's none to be found, Doctor.
He's not convulsing, he's choking. He's not getting any air. Scalpel! Hand me that scalpel!
What can I do, Doctor?
It's too dangerous to operate with these convulsions. Sedative, nurse. Do we have any anesthetics?
I'm sorry, Doctor. None at all.
I need to perform a tracheostomy. Short pipe. That rubber tube will do. We're going to cut a passage for air through the neck.
Yes, Doctor. He's breathing again, but he's coughing up blood.
Internal hemorrhaging. I need to make another incision into the chest cavity to drain the fluids from the lung. Prepare another tube.
A thoracostomy? Doctor, we've nothing to fight the infection. We need an aseptic environment.
Don't question me, nurse. I need a drain. Now.
Yes, Doctor. He's still bleeding, Doctor. I'm losing his pulse.
The drain must have punctured the intercostal artery. There's too much blood.
Are you all right, Doctor?
I can't see. I must first suture the artery. Find the wound. The source of the blood.
Needle and thread, Doctor.
Good. The stitches are holding. How's he doing?
We're losing him. We've lost his pulse. He's dying, Doctor!
Cardiac massage, now.
Cardiac... What? Are you making this up as you go along? We've lost the pulse. He's gone, Doctor.
Nurse, we did everything we could.
Truly? Everything you could? Is that how you'll report this in your log? Is this how the war went? Piling up one poor corpse beside the next?
This was not an influenza-induced seizure. I've never seen symptoms like these on the continent.
Neither have I. But the previous symptoms leading up to this attack were the same, indistinguishable from the epidemic.
No. There was something more vile in these reactions. Something primitive.
There have been numerous reports of mental breakdowns caused by the fever that accompanies the flu itself, Doctor.
Yes, but... I'd best take some samples of the blood for analysis.
I doubt you're here to test my bedside manners.
It's locked, all right. It's locked.
To what do I owe this curtain? I suspect it was more than intuition alone that led you to us. So, how might I be of service, Dr. Reed?
Your heart might be in the right place, but you can't carry on with this blackmail. For God's sake, Dorothy, it's extortion. It's a serious crime.
Doctor, you think your warnings scare me? I've stolen and plied, blackmailed and lied, but what else am I to do? I'm all these people have.
Dr. Swansea is a sensible and honest man. He wouldn't have refused your friend's care at Pembroke.
It's easy for you to say, Doctor. These people cannot go to the police, nor to the hospital. They don't even speak English. They depend on me for everything.
So, the end justifies the means. Is that your defense?
I know you're kind, Doctor. Just another fine-heeled, silver-spooned gentleman who was given the world on a platter. You know nothing of poverty. Nothing of the shame, the hunger, the loneliness.
But why Lady Ashbury? Why her, of all people?
She's pristine and proper, all right. But that she-wolf in sheep's clothing murders the poor for sport. I have her where she belongs, and I'll milk her for all she's got.
You've convinced me of the sincerity of your actions and their noble justifications. But all the same, blackmail is a crime, and it will stop, Nurse Crane.
So, are you going to turn me over to the authorities?
No. Your place is here. Jailing you would be an even greater crime. So, here is my proposition. I'll look the other way on your little enterprise. In exchange, you will resign from the Pembroke Hospital and provide me with medical supplies when the need arises.
Dr. Reed! That sounds like a business proposition. My accomplice, then?
No, just a privileged client. My research may require the occasional rare piece of equipment or ingredient. I'll pay good coin in exchange, fair and honest, to help finance your noble endeavors.
We have ourselves a deal, Doctor. Good customers are always welcome.
Yes, Nurse Crane. We have a deal.
Joke to you, innit? Stealing drugs from the sick and suffering.
How are you, boy?
I'm not your boy, all right? Now,
Do you need assistance?
I'm all right, but if you... No. Not now. Not me, please. I'll be good.
Good evening, Benjamin. Can I help you?
I'm afraid not.
Effectiveness has been proven by many. Even the
Good evening, Benjamin.
I'm afraid.
When science fails you, this elixir will give you faith again.
I'm not afraid anymore. I died in this trench a long time ago.
Human blood. Whoever left these marks did so deliberately.
Kill it, boy! Burn it, boys! I've never seen so many.
Hello again, Mr. Thatcher.
Yes.
Do you need medical attention?
Don't get me wrong, sir. I'm grateful for what you've done, but
I will see you later. Do you want to know an irrational...
Well, Dr. Ted...
When I rescue...
Jeez.
Go on.
Newton and I...
Oswald, tell me about what happened when you were buried in that tunnel with Newton.
It was more than dark. It...
Shameful thoughts. Say it.
I thought...
What you and...
It didn't.
Tell me about your true feelings for Newton.
I love him. I'm not ashamed to say it. He's the best thing that ever happened to me.
I admire your honesty. It takes courage to stand up to society. The world needs people like you to create change.
Courage is what we needed in the trenches.
Have you all...
All I know.
Why should you be ashamed? Goodbye, Miss... Hello again, Mr. Blight.
I'm eternal...
You...
Yeah.
How did you survive for a week?
Luckily...
Oswald...
It wasn't a...
How do you feel about Oswald Thatcher? You are more than friends, aren't you?
I love him. I love...
What fright...
of people...
Enjoy your love. And enjoy life as long as you can, Mr. Blight. Don't let anyone tell you who you should love or how you should love them.
I appreciate your kind words, sir. But it ain't that easy.
What could...
It happened.
Go on.
It started...
I see.
No, you don't.
Do you need medical attention, sir?
No thanks, sir.
Goodbye, Mr. Blight. Take care of yourself.
Five for us.
Good evening.
Evening, Doctor.
Newton is conflicted about his feelings towards you. Would you like to talk about it, Oswald?
It makes me sad and angry. It feels like the beautiful thing we have.
His love...
Newton still...
Do you need medical attention?
Don't get me wrong, sir.
I would ask you to avert your eyes, sir. Or did you not know it was rude to stare?
I knew it.
Speak up, Dr. Reed. I like a man who speaks his mind.
Hiding your true appetites behind a facade of compassion. Bravo. Very clever indeed.
Spare me your sarcasm, Jonathan. You are but newly born in this world.
We are vampires. We live by leeching the blood from weaker prey.
The situation...
Anyway...
I see.
I must confess...
I'm so...
Lady Ashbury, you...
Well, you were full...
I believe I could agree to that.
And since a lady...
I don't understand. Why was I created and then left for dead?
That is a question.
So me being...
I very much...
I'd like to avoid... I've been...
Harsh.
How could this
Only the...
Excuse my forwardness, but... Are you my maker? A vampire? Are you an Ekon too?
Yes, I am.
So we are Ekon.
How?
Why did you...
I could...
William Bit...
No, John.
What type...
Not a...
Why does
Doctor...
What?
The brother... As you...
I know this is...
Read.
Very well.
A leg...
And who bestowed...
My...
When I...
Though I...
Once glorious...
They have seen...
You may...
More...
Are there many? Do you know any?
You mean...
What do you mean?
Every now and...
Will they...
I do
that...
Vampire...
I've been away from...
Things have...
But...
Yeah.
What? I bid you for...
I must quickly analyze the blood I took from Nurse Crane's patient.
At least that mistress of the top.
Razvan Vasily was infected by Spanish flu, but also has the highly unstable blood of the Scowls. Is the London vampire epidemic transmitted through the flu? I should talk to Dr. Swansea about it.